Good morning, everybody. Welcome to New Ideas, New Talk, the live of New Ideas, New Opportunity Network. We are continuously going around Europe and meeting the partner and the member of the network. And today is actually a special, I would consider a special live, because I don't go really far away. Actually, today I will interview my colleague from my office, because today we will talk about EProjectConsult. As maybe some of you already know, I'm the director of EProjectConsult and marketing manager of EProjectConsult. And today we don't go so really far away. Actually, I will be connected with the room next to me. And I want to introduce you my colleague, Viktor. Good morning, Viktor.
Good morning, everybody. Warm regards from Sicily. Well, not so warm because we currently have some rain, but we are expecting quite warm weather during the weekend. So let's say we are happy to give you this opportunity to get to know more people from EProjectConsult. You already know Nino. My name is Viktor. I work here in EProjectConsult as a bid writer and project coordinator, mainly focused on Key Action 2 and Key Action 3 and other Erasmus projects, but also on Horizon and the other programs managed by the General Directorates of the European Commission.
So I will change my order, the order of doing the things, because last time I was asking always to talk a bit about EProjectConsult. But actually, sorry, Viktor, but I want to talk about EProjectConsult. So I want to present EProjectConsult. EProjectConsult is an organization that it's born already 11 years ago. It's 11 years that we are working with already. We started 11 years ago working already with the European projects. And I want to show you, you see these numbers, because I like to, it's easier to talk through numbers. We are 14 members, so an international staff of 14 members. We use English as a working language inside the office. And we have people coming from really a lot different parts of Europe. Japanese, Viktor is from Macedonia, Polish. So we are a small world in one office, and we consider ourselves like a big family working in European project. Our core business, we work with mobility, and it's also the KA2 project, the KA1 action of the Erasmus. And with this, we receive students from all over Europe. In general, we receive around 1,000 students per year. Pandemic permitting. But I think that we passed a really strong year, and we really miss our students that actually are back again, because since already 1 month and a half, the students are coming back. We don't have the big number of the last years, but it's nice to start seeing that the things are going back to the normal. Then EProjectConsult has a specific department that is called WAY, that work with international studios and broadcast studio and network. Mainly, we work with the Japanese network. We have been working with the biggest network like NHK, TBS, and we produce video and audio material for them. And this is the reason why we use the know-how we have with the TV in the European project. So often we are the expert working on dissemination and promotional activity. We have a network, a local network of more than 700 company, university, and NGO that are cooperating with us to develop our project. And for 2021, we have already on 59 ideas that I don't consider them idea, but I consider them already projects that are almost there. So this is what EProjectConsult does, and I don't know if Viktor, you want to add something, because from me it's like I was always here. You had to learn how to work with us, because you are here since already more than 1 year. So if you want to add something about the company.
Of course. I mean, first, when I came here, I was kind of confused a bit because there is Aroka, there is EProjectConsult, there is Yalari, and there is Way. So, from my perspective, I see it as a, let's say, non-legally binding group of companies that work together in different directions. So I would like to reflect a bit about Aroka and Yalari because I don't think that everybody knows these two, but they're here. Aroka is an NGO that has more than 10 years experience in working with mainly cultural and exchange programs. But it's also it has also participated in Key Action 2 projects, and it's more focused, let's say, on this mobility of students. So the main mobility goes through Aroka, and EProjectConsult takes, let's say, 1/3 of the mobilities. And more or less, both EProjectConsult and Aroka have, I think there is a battle between the titans, EProjectConsult and Aroka, in the number of projects approved. So currently we are, I think this year we are more Aroka, Team Aroka than Team EProjectConsult in terms of Key Action 2. But I think there is this kind of a battle of the titans. On the other side, there is Yalari, which since I consider myself an artist, and I think also Nino is an artist in heart, but lost in the marketing world, let's say, which is kind of artistic expression as well. It's a really unique place and unique company that provides a beautiful, spectacular events venue, and provides this kind of artisan work in different fields. So it's not just the Sicilian cuisine, which is one of the best in the world, but it's also, there are some craft shops there for the, let's say, keeping this culture of traditional crafts. It's also a spiritual place where nowadays spirituality is becoming more and more let's say, important, and it's a spiritual place where you can practice and develop spiritual trainings and spiritual, let's say, research. And from the other side is also a place where everything, let's say, grows. It's a beautiful nature reservoir. Which,
and I want to add that is often actually the venue of our international meeting. So once we have international meeting hosted by EProjectConsult, they are always in Yalari because it's a really the perfect place where to work.
You just need to see the sunset from Yalari because it overlooks the Ionian Islands, and behind it's Etna. I mean, I was really inspired just by looking at the sunset from Yalari. It's a very inspirational, very spiritual place, and it organizes different kind of events. It's not just events for, let's say, gastronomy, but there is spirituality, yoga, and this kind of well-being and mindfulness topics events. So
actually, this is go directly to the topic, because you are talking about yoga, environment, and so maybe with this we can make already the connection with the topic of today. Today we're going to talk about the Green Deal, and so I want you to explain to us actually what Green Deal is.
Yes, it's a perfect introduction. I would say also, I would agree, because I would say, what is Green Deal? There is this formulation that everybody could read on the European Commission website. Is a blueprint and ambitious plan for Europe to become carbon neutral and more, let's say, sustainable until 2050. And it's connected with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations and the Agenda 2030. So this is the official part, let's say. But we were speaking about mindfulness and well-being, and this other part, which is also a major component of the Green Deal. I would say that the Green Deal has many colors. It's not just green. So we associate the Green Deal with only environment, but it's much more than that. So there is technology, there is art, there is the change of thinking and in the same time rethinking of the societies that we live in and the communities and in our surroundings. So it's much more than environment. It has the environment as a key component and sustainability and let's say this clean energy and all these components, but it's I would say it's a more philosophy of life and of living that we need to start adopting in our lives on personal level and then on of course on professional level.
So in general, we use also this live to disseminate our project. So maybe you want to give a concrete example to the audience to understand how Green Deal can be combined in an European project. So can you give us some example?
Of course, I would just like to say that yesterday it finished the Sport Info Day organized by the European Commission, and believe it or not, the Green Deal is part of the sport program.
I want to read the comments. Sorry if I interrupt you, but
Okay.
Joy is saying art plus entrepreneurship equal success. So it's one of our followers that is commenting our interview. So what do you think about what Joy is saying?
I think that we thought in the right direction when we created this project Redo, and it was a key action to approved by the French National Agency, which exactly targets making art out of using recycling and upcycling as methodology. So we, as we understood the Green Deal, we took it on a very, let's say, simple level. And we connected art, which is very important for us here in the office, and we use the principles or the methodologies of upcycling and recycling, which are, let's say, a crucial component of the Green Deal. Then we create a Key Action 2 project, which is in the school area, and that we would train, let's say, the teachers first of all, and then create e-learning platform and resources that could be used by teacher, parents, and the students for creating art and learning about recycling, upcycling, sustainability, and the environment in the same time. So you have the learning process, and then you have the output, which is in this case is very tangible, is very visual, it's art.
So let's go a bit in order. So first, the target group of the project, who is the target exactly? Are the teacher or are the students, or both of them actually?
The targets are three: teachers, parents, and grandparents, of course, not forget the grandparents, and students themselves. And the students themselves are also the final beneficiary. But in this case, because they were elementary school, primary school students, we needed to involve the other target groups as well.
And what kind of intellectual output the project is producing?
The project is, as I said, simple, but yet very complex. So there is an e-learning platform, which is one, and the most, let's say, visible. And the second one is the manual, let's say, the pedagogical strategy. I'm sorry, it's not a manual, it's a bit more a pedagogical strategy of using the same methodology of upcycling and recycling in the incorporation of that strategy in the everyday work of the teachers.
Oh, nice. So, what I want to continue this our conversation. What I want to be focused now, it's in what we are doing at the moment, actually, because EProjectConsult at the moment is in charge of for the promotion of the network, and we are actually following a specific plan of activity, dissemination plan of activity. For example, we start with a spot video that was actually shooted before the event we had in November. Then we start these lives. So we have 2 live every month to meet and to have the opportunity to talk with one of the partners of the network and actually use these lives to make dissemination activity. At the same time, EProjectConsult is managing the social networks of the network. And last product, to connect again with what Victor was saying, it will be a magazine. The magazine will be published actually next month, and it will be a magazine that will go out twice a year. And it will be a physical magazine. And it's nice because at this time of in these days now, it's not actually, it doesn't happen often that to have a paper in the hands, but
I'm offended.
for
I'm offended.
for
In the
all
office, I'm offended.
for
I
all
don't use the printer at all.
But for all the people like me, we really like sometimes to have something in our hands and have the possibility to smell the paper or the printed paper and so on. So it will be a physical magazine. Of course, we will have an online version that can be shared easily and all over Europe. And actually, we will contain the presentation of the partner member of the network, plus the activity they are doing. So the specific project, so the project just Victor presented will be will be presented also inside the magazine. So I invite all of you to keep following. Of course, we are doing also all this activity together with the CPIP, that is the permanent secretariat of the network, that is following us during all the promotional activity. And we always like to say thanks to them because they do an amazing job coordinating all the members of the network. And Victor, back to us. So for the network, the next steps are the magazine and all the and keeping having the lives twice a month. For EProjectConsult, can you say to all of us what we're gonna be, what we're gonna do together?
Well, definitely more green projects. So let's say projects related to the European Green Deal, and related, let's say, ambitious initiatives, like we already working on them, that will actually involve more, let's say, we'll scale up our work in this field. So we will work more in the field of Horizon Europe, that's for sure. And we would like to invite everybody also to join us in this initiative to create a better living space for all of us, and to rethink the way we do things personally, and then to reflect that on a professional level, and to motivate and stimulate other people to do the same, because it's important and it's for every one of us.
So for those who want to keep being updated about what the EProjectConsult is doing, all of you can follow, of course, our social network, but also you can have a look on our website that is appearing here now. And so it was nice to have you, Victor, here live today, because actually I have here you every day. So it was nice to have you here. And
thank you very much for the invitation.
Thanks for your time, and see you soon with the follower. So see you to the next live. Good morning. Have a nice day, everybody.
I wish everybody a good weekend. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.